so that I can talk about, well, let me say good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on what part of the world you're in. Wanted to take some time today, and for the most month of March, I will be covering the topic of healthcare proxy and the importance. We tend to overlook the healthcare proxy. We tend to forget about these little things because it's something that doesn't come up until there is a need for it. So, my goal and the goal of the trio, I'm one third of the trio. Uh, my goal is to get us back into getting things put in order, or simply starting to have your things in order so that if something should occur, your family's prepared and you're prepared. I am a big proponent of legacy. Legacy is not just the money that you leave behind or the riches that you leave behind, but it's also about the characteristics that people remember when they think about you. It's the characteristics that people, you know, tend to attribute to who you was or who you are. We a lot of times don't think about legacy beyond inheritance. Legacy is much more than an inheritance. Legacy is also peace of mind. When you leave behind an inheritance, you're leaving behind something to make your loved ones' lives easier. So it's great to leave behind money, but it's also wonderful to leave behind peace of mind, dictation of what you want. A healthcare proxy carries a great deal of weight. It's you putting in writing what you would like and giving someone the authority to deliver that information in case you're not able to do it for yourself. It also serves as a document that people can use to know what your wishes are. First thing is, how do we get here? How do we pull this up? Each state has their own form of healthcare proxy. You can go to the state website, you look up healthcare proxy, it will give you a packet. It includes the part that you have to fill out and the instructions and a full definition of healthcare proxy. I mentioned that it gives somebody the power to make and deliver your wishes when it comes to medical. Choosing a healthcare proxy is not something that you can do lightly or should be done lightly. It should be someone that you trust, someone you know that is capable of delivering that information. So some of the characteristics that you would look for in a healthcare proxy is someone who can stay calm under pressure. Under pressure. If they're going to panic, if they're going to doubt what decisions they should make, even though it's fully laid out, and not just laying it out in writing, but this is a conversation that you're having with the person you would like to be a healthcare proxy. This is a conversation that should be revisited at least once a year. So, in case you change your mind about anything, they have that information. Okay, so a healthcare proxy is someone you know understands your values as a caregiver. When my father was sick and we found out he had prostate cancer, I knew his wishes. He had a saying whenever people were going into surgery to have things removed, change things out, he always said, I'm not a car, don't change no parts. My parts came with me, my parts are leaving with me. Do not change any parts. So I knew he didn't want to have chemo and radiation. I knew his feelings about these things. He had a very strong, very, when I tell you strong dislike for these things, he was not about that life. He didn't want to hear about it. He didn't want to look at it. He didn't expect, he wouldn't accept it. So, someone who understands your values is so important. It's not, you're not picking someone that because they're in your life and you feel like, oh, I have no choice. You should always open up your circle to see who is truly around you and who is really capable of delivering for you in times when you cannot. Healthcare proxies, that assignment is not a light assignment. It's a very laden assignment. When there are things that you need done for you that will cause people to maybe pull the plug, you have to be clear, you have to be concise, and you have to know if their heart is able to handle it. You have to know if this person that you are tasking with your healthcare to be your healthcare proxy, are they able to honor your wishes? Are they able to carry it out even when they disagree with what you want? It's important that you decide on all the things that you want, or at least a good majority. It's important to have a conversation with the person you're asking. One of the questions you should be asking them, will you be able to carry out my wishes even when you disagree? Even when you want to hold on a little longer, can you carry that out for me? Will you deliver the things that I need delivered? Legally, of course. Legally. We're not asking people to do things that are not legal when it comes to medical. You know, some states do not um, recognize pulling the plug or, oh, what was the word? Euthanasia. I think that was the word. A lot of places don't believe in that. So that wouldn't be the case. Things along, do you want to be an organ donor? Are you an organ donor? Do you want to stay? How long do you want to be in a coma? If that is the case, how long should they keep you in a coma? These things are very key. You know, not everybody's able to pull the plug, but you have to pick somebody who's sensible. You have to pick someone who is able to get beyond their feelings, to get beyond their emotions, to do what's right for you by what you would like from the things you've dictated. Okay? This person, are they willing to ask the questions to gain clarity? Some people don't ask questions. When the doctor comes in, whatever the doctor says, okay, fine. Well, if this is it, but they should ask questions. They should be able to advocate on your behalf. Sometimes you're not able to, but they should be able to advocate for you. They should be willing to advocate for you. They should have the strength or the ability to get beyond the things that hold them back. Asking questions is so important. Can they communicate clearly with medical teams? Again, non emotional. Are they able to pull it together to ask, to hear what the medical team is saying to them? Are they going to be able to share that information with the rest of your loved ones? Are they willing to share that information with the rest of your loved ones, even if they don't get along with them? A healthcare proxy is something that you really need to sit and think about. It takes a few minutes to sign and set it up, to fill it out. It's, well, for New York State, it's not that long, but the thought process is, did you start thinking about it? Are you married, but you didn't do one for your spouse or one for yourself? Yes, you need one. Even if you're married, you need one, because sometimes, again, things happen and there's a lot of back and forth. You know, is your spouse able to deliver what you wish, what your desires are? Are they able to? Are they going? Are they going to be strong to deliver and hear? It's not an easy task. You, I've thought about who my healthcare proxy is a long time ago. I thought about it. I knew, I assessed the people around me to know who would be the best person. I've had conversations with people and they'll say, "Oh, my mother, they're in their 40s, their mothers are in their 80s." Some mothers can make that decision, but are they able to pick the right person? Put a lot of thought into the person you are picking, because you are trusting them with your life. In essence, you are giving them a job that it doesn't pay, but it carries a heavy weight. It carries a big weight. So, how are you going to navigate this month? It's the third month of 2026. We see a lot of things happening. Um, People are angry all over the place. You need to have peace. And when I say having certain things done to prepare you, it will bring you peace. It definitely will bring you peace. Because when you're sick, that's not when you want to think about who's going to take care of your medical needs. It's not the time. It's not the time. It should be done. It should be, they should have a copy. You should have a copy. And it should be placed someplace where it's accessible. It should always be accessible. There shouldn't be a time where you're digging for it. So get a fireproof bag you could keep in your home. Put all these documents in it so that way you know exactly where to go and it's protected. Fireproof, waterproof bag, safe, something. You should have all your documents in something that is easy to locate, easy to carry around, and it can be sealed, locked, maybe with a key, maybe um, with a lock, with a padlock, but it should be something that is fireproof and waterproof. The right person is the person who can truly be your voice, who can truly be your voice. There's a few things out here, well, maybe some misconceptions about a healthcare proxy. Okay, I'm too young for this. That's not true. I just learned late last year that when your children go into college, even though you're their parent and you're paying the bill, something happens. If they don't have a healthcare proxy on file, but for this college students, it's called something else. It escapes my mind right now. They make it hard. The school will not discuss anything with you without your child giving them permission to have a discussion with you. So get these things done. You're not too young. You're not too old. Right now, today, in this time, you should have your healthcare proxy done. This is not a living will. The living will is completely different, and we'll be covering that as well. But this is a healthcare proxy where someone is able to help in making the decisions where you cannot, and they're speaking up for you. They're speaking your mind because you've already told them what your mind is. I want to give you this to take away. Putting things in order doesn't mean it's the end of the day. It is not. Putting things in order is creating decency and order. It's helping to deliver peace for you and peace for your loved ones. Too often, when somebody is sick, the infighting is so volatile that the person is stuck watching their family torn apart because of something they did not do. And the healthcare proxy, I promise you, is really simple to complete. It's really simple to complete. Don't hesitate. Don't fall back. Don't think that you you don't have to do it now. Now is the time. It's not an urgency, but now is the time because it should be done. It's part it's part of your legacy. It's part of your legacy. I say this all the time to my siblings, and they don't realize it. But my father, in his younger years, he always expressed what he was about. My father stopped speaking to me for a whole 6 months because I noticed a growth on his forehead. And when I asked him to go get it checked, he was upset with me because I was in my 20s and how dare I come to him, and he knows how to heal, he knows this, he knows when his body's not feeling right. But I saw a news segment where it was Stormfield. He had noticed the growth, ignored it, and it turned out to be skin cancer. My father was like, no, I'm not doing this. He had a good friend that was also a physician. I spoke to him. I said, when daddy comes see you, have a conversation with him about the growth. Take a look. The doctor did notice it. And at the time, the office space where his friend was working out of, he sublet a section to another provider. That provider was, luckily for me, by God's grace, was a surgical. He was a surgeon. He was a general surgeon, and he wanted to make an appointment for my father to go and have it, biopsied and taken out under anesthesia. My father said, "No, no, I will not." He said, "You will do it here, or I don't do anything at all." He's like, "Well, it's going to hurt." My father said, "I don't care." He said, "My friend wants me to do this. My daughter brought this up. You're here. If you can do it here, that's it. If you cannot do it here, it will not happen." The physician looked at my father's friend. He's like, "What did you get me into?" He said, "All right." He numbed the area. He took it out. He did a biopsy, and he had it biopsied. Thank God it was non-cancerous. But once the provider removed it, once the surgeon removed it, it never came back. It never came back. What if it grew? What if it turned into something else? I spoke to him. I gave him the opportunity to take care of it. But that point in time, my father told me what he preferred and what he didn't want. He made it very clear. So up every time he would get sick and I would take him to the hospital, I conversate with him about what's going on. I explain it fully to him and I let him make the decision. But I also let him know the ramifications of not doing certain things. Anything too evasive, I did not do. I knew he didn't want it. Uh, Quality of life is what I'm about. If he doesn't want it, I'm not going to force it upon him. I have to follow his wishes. He made me his healthcare proxy, and I had to honor it. And I did. It was hard. Absolutely. Absolutely, it was hard. But I knew his wishes, and I made sure no one got in the way of him living the life he wanted on his terms so that he can end his days the way he wanted to. He wanted to end his days in his original body parts, and I made sure that was the case. So I leave you with this today. A healthcare proxy is not something to push to the side. You have children, you have loved ones, you have friends, you have people that you are in your corner that can help you through this. Have the conversation. Set your legacy for your friends and family on a note that will look back and celebrate more of you rather than less of you. One thing, every little thing that you do, just that one piece makes things better. And at the end of the day, we've watched way too often where people are fighting over what a loved one wants, over what a loved one needs, over what a loved one should have, because the loved one didn't take time to express it. We all have wants and desires because God gave them to us. Share it with the people in your life so that they make the right decisions by you and they're not struggling with guilt at the end of the day. Because when you feel like you didn't take care of someone the way they wanted to be taken care of or the way they should have been taken care of, guilt will destroy you. So, again, leave your family and friends with peace, not turmoil. Set everything. And those conversations, you should have them. Have the conversations. Show up. Show up. Have the conversations. Fill out the paperwork. You could go onto your state, New York State.gov, Maryland.gov. On the government state side, you will find these forms. Just go to the government page and type in healthcare proxy. Most hospitals have them. So if you know of a big hospital like NYU, you could go on their website and they have forms. It's part of the packets. Download your forms, print them out, sit down, have the conversation, fill out the paperwork, leave peace, leave in peace, live in peace. Peace is powerful. And when you're sick and you're working on healing, this is not the time to think about this. So, thank you for joining me. My name's Anna, and you can find me on the Trios page. We do our lives, we come together so we can share and help you to get your things in order and to help you navigate through this thing called life. Whether it's through forums, whether it's through conversation, we're here. So thank you for stopping by tonight. I love you guys, and I will see you on the next time.